Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, with the grace, mercy and love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we continue our da'wah from Khalifa Education Foundation and Post-Islamic Psychology Center. Alhamdulillah, we are providing a lot of training program on YouTube, and we have more than 1,000 videos now. This is just a preliminary work, and we are giving a lot of ideas in terms of Islamic integrative healing, which the 200 videos they are working on. But we have more than 500 videos on Islamic psychology, PIP, Islamic motivation, certified life coach, ilmu, tauhid, kalam, cosmology, and so on. So all these are just ideas that we have within Khalifa Education Foundation and Post-Islamic Psychology as a way to transform the Ummah as we face the 21st century. So I've given you some ideas of how we as a Muslim must transform the way we do da'wah, so that we are proactive and we are helping to shape this dunya, this world that is now entering into a very dangerous phase for all humanity and all living creatures. So that's why it's important for us to understand what is the basis of how we can work together, all humanity working together to save this good earth. So we have, in terms of Islamic motivation, coaching, mentoring, counseling, and you can be a certified life coach. We hope to train as many of you all over the world, inshallah, based on our book, Positive Islamic Psychology, a transcendent model to achieve peace, happiness and success in the 21st century, and its translation in Bahasa Indonesia. Alright, Positif Psikologi Islam Positif, sebuah model transenden untuk mencapai kedamaian, kebahagiaan dan kesuksesan di abad ke-21. So this two is our basis, but all the other motivational books that we can come out on motivation, coaching, mentoring and so on, these are additional material that we hope to publish over the next few years, inshallah. So in the previous video, I explained to you how the fundamental principles of Islamic living, Islamic life, this Dinul Islam is based on the fundamental ideas of the grace, love, compassion, mercy, forgiveness, and the Tawhidic integrative perspective of life. So these basic 5 principles is very important when we talk about integrative Islamic healing. That means we are talking about, say, how are we going to heal ourselves, not only from the physical diseases, but the spiritual diseases, the mental diseases, the diseases of the heart. And this is explained in great detail by Al-Imam Ghazali, Hujjatul Islam in Ihya Ulumuddin. So you can refer to him. And also in the 20th century, we have Hujjatul Islam, Badiu'z-Zaman Said Nursi, more than 5,000 pages of his Risalah An-Nur and many other of his material on talking about the same issue of grace, love, compassion, mercy, forgiveness of Allah, and the unity in terms of not only of our ubudiyah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the unity of the ummah, unity of humanity, unity of the ecological system, unity of this universe itself. So every level of reflection that Badiu'z-Zaman Said Nursi has elaborated in such beautiful words, so that we can then understand and receive this whole grace of Allah. I have to emphasize that this is the approach in which inshallah Positive Islamic Psychology is working on, and the late Professor Mahdi Jenkins also explained this, that the whole idea of sectarianism, you against me, Muslims against the Christian, or Muslim against the Hindu or the Buddhist, all that is over. We have one and only task now, to bring this deen to all humanity before the end of time. So that time we do not know, but we know with climate disaster now, that time is very near. So what is important is for us to be proactive, positive Muslims, striving to make a difference based on these 5 principles, and these are the integrative Islamic healing principles. That means if you want to heal yourself, you want to heal your family, you want to heal the world, you must be able to integrate this 5 value system, which is based on the Quran and the Sunnah and the Hadith. So I'm going to give you elaboration. I've elaborated before of those whom Allah loved from the Quran and from Sunnah and so on. So we have given you some ideas of who Allah loves from the Quran, all right, and also on Al-Ghazali on love and attachment, Hubbullah. This is from Ihya Ulumuddin. The whole idea of Hubbullah is explained in great detail in terms on his chapter on love and attachment. So how this will become the basis of our life. Alright, so if this is the way it should be, it is consonant with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as rahmatul alamin. Wa ma arsalnaka illa rahmatan lil alamin, except as a rahmat for the whole universe. That means not only for humanity, not only for the birds, not only for the world, but it's for the whole universe. So this is where we have to realize this essence of this basis of this deen, so that we go back, because unfortunately over the last 300 years, because of political domination, colonialization, and then the hit back from, for example, political Islam, we lost our way. So we become a very stern, very revengeful, very negative kind of people. We Muslims should be the most peaceful people in the world, the most happy people in the world, because we have this hasanah of this world, inshallah, we have the hasanah of the hereafter. Maybe for the atheists they have goodness of this world, but they have no share of the hereafter. So whatever happened, whatever is the will of Allah, we work towards proactively changing ourselves, our family, the ummah, humanity, until our last breath. And that is the whole idea that we are trying to spread about, based on this struggle of Professor Muhammad Mahdi Jenkins and his group of friends, and now myself carrying this through. They have passed on, so we will pass on also. What we leave behind will be some little recording here and there. Maybe 100 years from now somebody will say, oh, this brother Abdul Aziz has done something, maybe, wallahu alam, but we all will go. Alright, all our great teachers has gone. Alright, so what is important is for us to leave behind something positive, something good, something useful, so that our younger generation can pick it up and they don't do the same mistake. The mistake of the ummah for the last 300 years is very, very severe. So we cannot dwell on the past. We cannot say, oh, why Muslims are oppressed, why Muslims are having trouble, why the Hindus are attacking the Muslims, why the Jews are attacking them, why? That why cannot be answered now. But how we are going to transform ourselves, what we can do to save the ummah, so that we can be the most wonderful ummah, the most successful ummah, the most healthy ummah in this time where we have a lot of diseases. We have health in terms of our physical body, health in terms of our spirituality, our mental, and our heart. All these are integrative aspects of the 5 areas in which Al-Ghazali has explained in great detail 1,000 years ago, imagine. Alright, so now we are going back to this root of this deen, the beautiful root of this deen. So what is important is for us to understand the grace of Allah, and this grace of Allah encompasses every one of His creation. That's why in Surah An-Naml, verily your Lord is full of grace for mankind, yet most of them do not give thanks. So we are not of the, we eat or we breathe. Within 3 minutes, if we don't breathe, we will die. Did we say, Ya Allah, thank you for the good fresh air that you have given us? We eat food. If we don't eat, or we drink water, if we don't drink water within 3 days, we will be dead. Alright, if we don't eat within 7 days, we will be dead. Are we thankful? So most of us are not thankful. That's why we are in this calamity. So be thankful. Alright, Allah tells, be aware that none among you can attain salvation only by virtue of his own deeds. The people ask him, O messenger, O God messenger, not even you? To which Prophet Muhammad said, not even me, unless God encompasses me with his mercy and grace. So the grace of Allah. Alright, and Allah answers those who believe and do good works and give them more out of his grace. So when we do good works, inshallah, our life will be good. His grace, his mercy, his compassion. And Allah answers those who believe and do good works and give them more out of his grace. Upon those who believe and do good works shall the most gracious Allah bestow his love. So this is where the love of Allah that we seek to fulfill our destiny as a mu'min and as a Muslim, to make this world a better world for all. So in another hadith, this is from Muslim Bukhari, this is from Sahih Muslim, Salman al-Farisi says, the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessing upon him, said, verily on the day Allah created the heavens and the earth, he created 100 parts of mercy. Each part can feel what is between the heavens and the earth. He made one part of mercy for the earth, and for and from it, its mother, from it, a mother has compassion for her child. Animals and birds have compassion for each other, and on day of resurrection, He will perfect this mercy. In another narration, Prophet says, from one part of the mercy that is for the creation, is the merciful between themselves, and 99 parts is for the day of resurrection. So Allah created this universe. When He manifested this universe, kun fayakun, He gave one mercy. That one mercy is why this earth has oxygen, why the animals can have food, why you can breathe the air, why there are everything for us to sustain on this life. Even the birds, the bees, the cats, the dogs, the amoeba, and so on. So everything is relying on the mercy of Allah. That's only one mercy, but He kept 99 of the mercy for the hereafter. So imagine, you can't imagine the mercy of Allah. His grace is so tremendous. So if you always remember the grace of Allah and abide and live within the shower of His grace, you would be safe. So for myself, as a reminder, I always try, all of us, ourselves or family, always be living within the grace of the nur and the light of Allah, and we do our best. That is all that Allah expects us to do. Whatever happen, it is within His will, qada and qadar. But what is important is that when we do good, in His hand, in Allah's hand is all good. So He give you more and more good, more and more good. So if you talk about healing, this is the proper healing, the integrated healing that we are talking about. All right? So what is important is that when we understand this, and we understand the 5 principles of IIH, that is Islamic Integrative Healing, which inshallah over the next 200 videos we will give you more ideas. We hope you can then practice this small thing, because only with the grace, the mercy, the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can we be fulfilling our role as a sincere servant of Allah, as His Khalifa on this earth, always striving to make ourselves good, helping others to be good, making the world good, inshallah.